My coworker saw my bank account the other day and it said $25.
First thing is, I don't think people live paycheck to paycheck. I think they just spend paycheck to paycheck.
I've been living paycheck to paycheck for the past 5 years, and today we're starting with negative $643.44.
What's up, Financial High? Chris, your boy Eric. And in today's video, we're going to be going over living paycheck to paycheck. It's going over stories from people, maybe the reason why a lot of Americans right now are dealing with that. Hopefully they can start improving maybe 2025. I guess I've been saying that for a minute now, but I don't see 2024 in improving that much at all. So again, I'm hoping 2025 we start seeing some improvements there. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of craziness going on right now. And now some people are spending and doing a whole lot of craziness. But you also got a lot of people too who aren't doing anything right now. They're really grinding and everything just keeps increasing. You got a lot of younger people right now who aren't even able to get a house, aren't really able to get an apartment unless I guess they share with maybe like a whole lot of roommates. So, financially better for them to stay with their parents. But, you 25, 26-year-old man, still living with your parents, you'll be feeling some type of way in your heart right now. I'm just, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and go over some of these videos right now. Kind of just share my thoughts on some of these people's journeys and maybe some tips maybe they can do that possibly help them in their current situation. But living paycheck to paycheck is, again, unfortunately, a thing a lot of people are dealing with. When you're lower income, it just prices of things are so freaking high. But when you get to higher end, you're making $100,000 plus, and you're still doing, and you're still living paycheck to paycheck. It's like, what are you spending your money on? But people just don't realize that they like to spend money.
It's no way around not living check to check. We all live in check to check at this fucking point because you want to live in a good neighborhood, right? You don't want to live in the hood. Bills and shit, all this shit is not doing nothing but going. The average fucking apartment, one bedroom is like $1,600, especially if you living on your own. That's what make it twice as harder. That's why people always try to go out for like second source of income, really just to have some free fucking money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of fucked up because it's like, okay, let's say you work 2 jobs. You work 2 jobs, you don't have no fucking time to yourself because when you away from the first job that you at, you thinking about going to the damn second job, or you got to get ready to go to that second job. Like, I swear, like the economy nowadays is like, it's to the point where it's meant for us to struggle. Like, a motherfucker making $25 an hour back in motherfucking 2014, that's goddamn $50 an hour. Now $25 an hour is like $16 an hour. Like, what the fuck? You already got to worry about rent, and then you got to worry about bills outside of your house. Phone bill, car note, and it's a law to have insurance, and that ain't even half of the bills that majority of us got. That's why it be so hard to, save money and fucking just maintain a good living at least. I get it. You got to work without looking at the clock, but god damn.
All right. Yeah, that's nothing but facts. Nothing but facts right there. It's hard for me to even add anything to that because everything you were speaking, I feel like I've talked about in several different videos, and he brought up new stuff that I'm like, yeah, got to agree with. Making money now is like you said, making $25 now is like making $16, and making $25, like if you were making that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that was like making $50. And that is so true. My money, I guess, has increased this year, for example. I have noticed, again, throughout all the other years, how much it seemed like my money really wasn't doing anything because everything, again, was increasing by so goddamn much. I believe I did another video on this guy. I want to say he was the one who was still living with his parents because it's just more financially viable to do that at this point, even though he's like ready to move and that he want to be able to get his own spot. But it's like with the bills and everything and how everything kind of structured right now, it's just becoming harder and harder and harder and harder, to do that. So then you're trying to get a second job. And like a lot of the second jobs I talk about are more like online based. So either you're done with your main job, you can get right to your second job. Or if you luck out and you have like a remote job, maybe you can do this online job on the side while you're still working your other corporate job online. But I know that's not the case for a lot of people. But I do feel like with at least online type of job, you're able to fit your schedule. So for example, I like to talk about video editing because that's something I've done a lot. And you're able to have more flexibility in terms of, hey, as soon as I get back home, I don't have to like get home, dress, and go out to my next job. Maybe I have time to eat, then I can start editing, or maybe I have time to do something else And then later on that night, I can start the editing, and I can have the weekends as well, full time. If I want to wake up at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock a.m. to edit a video, you can. And I've done that before. Man, back when I was really grinding, sometimes I did have to wake up like at freaking 2, 3 o'clock on a Saturday so I can go ahead and knock this video out. I'm like, okay, bet. If I can knock this video out at this time, I can start looking for other gigs on Upwork, for example, so I can try to make some type of money. So I definitely understand you there on like constant having to grind to even scrape by. It is crazy. And again, I'm not seeing it improving by the end of this year. Hopefully by 2025, again, we may start seeing something. But yeah, that's kind of the point that we're at right now. So outside of getting like a second job, you should really try to focus and try to get some type of career that is high paying. Because yeah, you can get a career, but that's like low paying, and that's not going to help you out at all. So you gotta go ahead and put in that time and put in that effort right now. Because again, if it's going to take you 2 years to like learn a skill, for example, it's better to learn that skill, spend those 2 years like on the side learning that skill, because those 2 years are going to happen regardless. They're going to happen regardless. So you might as well go in and get the skill and get the money versus you not getting anything. You're turning up with your friends and wasting time. But anyway, let's go ahead and start out on this next video here, living paycheck to paycheck. Let's see what she's talking about.
It's like I would never stop living paycheck to paycheck. The economy we live in is trash. The jobs we work for are trash. They pay you the bare minimum, but want you to show up and give your 110%. How does that work? These houses, they should pay $1,000+ for rent, and they're 1980 houses. You got to have a deposit, last month's rent, first month's rent. Like, why do I need to pay last month's rent? I don't understand that. Car insurance, car payments, they're ripoffs. Why am I paying $300 for car insurance? I don't understand. Health insurance, skyrocket. Food, skyrocket. Like, I just don't understand how I will ever be able to afford to wake up and go hop on a plane and enjoy my best life. I just don't understand. By the time my kids get to adulthood, they're going to have to pay to open the door to walk out of their own house. I really, really, really rather be a cockroach crawling on the ground for free than have to live this life every day. Like, I can't be the only one who feels this way. Like, I need to know, y'all that get to wake up and take trips and go across country and do $100 shopping sprees at Target every single day. What are you doing? What's the secret to life? What is the secret recipe that you have that we don't have?
Okay. Some parts I agree with. Some parts I feel like she's just trying to be, I don't know what the correct term at the moment. But yeah, some parts I agree with. But the first thing I don't agree with, rather being a roach right now, living free. I know it's tough, but I do not want to be a roach. I don't know about you guys, but I'm good with any type of insect out here. I don't know. I get this is in me not to just give up on life, like, oh, everything got to be free. And she talked about that too. Like, she can't just get on a plane. Like, I think that's social media putting that into your guys' brain. Because your parents weren't doing that. Your grandparents weren't doing that. Your great-grandparents weren't doing that. None of these people were doing that. It's like this current generation, I guess, just seeing social media and seeing rich people doing this stuff. Like, oh, wow, they can do it. I got to do it. Like, no, like, you live in some type of imaginary land. I think that is a big problem. A lot of people are living in a imaginary land. They're seeing people on social media because that really has to be it. Because there ain't no way you've been growing up in poverty and you just assume that, oh yeah, as soon as I turn 18, I'm going to be rich. Like, you obviously seeing that from social media. Like, oh wow, even though what my parents were saying, when I open up my door, what I'm seeing right here is like when you were growing up, were you seeing everybody from that hood all taking trips? Like, oh yeah, this weekend we're going to Florida. Oh, this weekend we're going here. Like where you seeing that? So again, it has to be social media putting people in this imaginary land. But if you're watching this video right now, you got to go ahead and snap out of that. Second off, she talks about people who aren't like struggling like that right now. What did you have to do? And I can't speak for every single person, but I can speak for a lot of people like myself. And a lot of people I like, follow like some of my good friends and whatnot. It is grinding. And not just imagining that I'm just going to become wealthy. You got to put in the time, put in the effort, and work towards that. Like for me, for example, with like these YouTube channels, I'm not even talking about like cybersecurity or whatnot, like these YouTube channels. Like, I didn't just wake up one day and my channel like got almost 100,000 followers. I had spent years, months on months grinding, making videos when I'm tired, making videos when I'm feeling like this, making videos. My gaming channel, for example, put in the time. I was just constantly putting in time. I've lost, I missed trips because I'm putting in that time. Like, hey, I want to hit this goal. I want to hit this goal. So now currently I'm able to, enjoy some of this stuff. Like for cybersecurity, for example, I spent 2 years plus studying and grinding and trying to get internships and just constantly grinding. It wasn't just like I just woke up one day like, oh, I can get it. Like it's just been a constant grind. And I think that's something a lot of people miss. They think you can just wake up being this imaginary land and life is going to be fair for you. Life isn't fair, first off. And second off, if it was fair, wouldn't you think the people who put in the time and effort, they should get more versus somebody who didn't? Let me know in the comments. But let's go ahead and play the next video here.
With negative 600 and I've been living paycheck to paycheck for the past 5 years, and today we're starting with negative $643.44. And let me show you exactly what I spent money on today. I'm on a trip for work and I didn't eat breakfast, so this chicken wrap and latte at the rest stop was $14.78, which is actually really expensive, but I gotta eat something. Next is gas, which we all know is super expensive. I paid $55.04 to fill up my tank, but unfortunately, there's not much I can do to change that. Now, today I was getting tons of footage of this job site for my company, and it was a lot of fun, but it's time to go home, snuggle up, and chill for the rest of the day. The turnpike cost me $18.75, leaving me with negative $732.01. See you guys tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a whole channel of him being in debt. I guess living paycheck to paycheck and just seeing how crazy you get more and more into debt. That is wild. The biggest thing I actually got from this, which is crazy, he talks about the end after he pays, the $18 to get on the turnpike. That's crazy, man. 18, dang, that is just wild right there. But anyway, yeah, other than that, or maybe I'm just not used to that in Texas or something. I don't know. But yeah, he said he's gonna go home and chill for the rest of the day. If you're in debt like that, or even more into debt, you can't just be chilling. You can't just be chilling, man. Hopefully, I don't know if he counts like social media as part of this or extra income, but yeah, when he comes back home, that's the perfect time to go ahead and edit. And I guess obviously he edits as well. So he's kind of lying right there to going home is to chilling. Hopefully he's also editing the videos right then, because I don't see where else he would have time for that. But at least on these videos, he's able to make some type of money. Let me see how many views he got on this. It doesn't show how many views he got, but 430 comments, so it probably has a lot. Let's look at the comments real quick. Homie better be writing out those expenses. The turnpike is criminal. Yeah, American living. They're negative what? So all these purchases on your credit card cause debit cards shouldn't be working anymore. Yeah, credit card, obviously, yeah. If you were using a debit card, yeah, it wouldn't be working anymore. I had $0 in July, and I'm negative $5,000. Guys, now, man, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but we're going to talk about this on this one. This is another issue. You see a lot of people who really don't have money, are struggling and whatnot, but they have the time. They have the time to comment on videos. They have the time to enjoy, doom scrolling on social media. They have plenty of time for that and commenting all day. If you're broke, if you're negative $5,000, negative $10,000, negative $20,000 in debt, for example, you don't have time to be randomly just commenting all the time. I see that a lot. You'll see people have plenty of time for that. They'll complain about not having a job, complain about not having money, complain about this, complain about that, being in debt and whatnot. But they don't do anything. Like outside their main job, they just go home and just complain and just go online and just scroll and comment all the time. And man, this is also too like why social media is going to always be, at least in the comment section, always going to be like it's not going to show you like the full truth, for example, on a lot of different things. For example, like for myself, people who think like myself, for example, you're not going to see people like me commenting on stuff 99% of the time because we're working, we're grinding, we're doing other stuff. You're going to see people like this constantly, talking and grinding. Talking and complaining and whining online and whatnot. So your perspective on maybe men or genders or whatnot is always going to be skewed because of like stuff like that. But, that's a whole nother rant, and maybe we can do a video talking about that. Let's go ahead and play the next video here. See what she saw.
We don't get paid for. My coworker saw my bank account the other day and it said $25. And we don't get paid for another 2 weeks. And he was like, how are you surviving? Like, how do you even live off $25? I'll tell you if you really want to know how I budget and save. I sleep. Literally, you have to have no obligations. Just sleep. Because if you're sleeping, you can't be spending money. Period.
Yeah. Hey. I think I think she found the secret. I thought I had the secret at first, but I think she found the secret. Instead of you grinding and trying to focus on another career, another gig or whatnot, sleep. And ironically speaking, that's something that people don't do. Seem like the brokest people always want to spend more money, always want to be out, want to do all the extra stuff. They're not doing this. Guys, if you don't want to grind right now, you don't want to do XYZ, sleep. Go to work, get your 9 to 5 money and whatnot, and sleep. That's how you do it. Living on $25. You can actually do that. Well, dang, now it's harder, obviously, but I remember back in college, I want to say I was given a $25 allowance each month. It would come from my mom's account. Yeah, freshman year. I want to say either maybe sophomore or junior year, it increased to $50, but it was like only $25. And I was able to get 1 meal from the actual school cafeteria. And that's only like what, Monday through Friday. I don't think the program I had was for the weekends. It was only for one, I think Monday through Friday. So I remember going to the dollar store and getting bread, peanut butter and jelly. I used to eat so much peanut butter and jelly. Ramen was good too. Ramen was good with peanut butter and jelly. You can get a whole lot of sandwiches, eat a sandwich, that's 2 meals right there. Sandwich for me back then was 2 meals. Now I'm getting a little bigger. I might need about two sandwiches. Back then, 1 sandwich was good for enough for 2 meals right there. Like I was really cool with some of the cafeteria people, and they were hooking me up sometimes with like extra pizza. So sometimes I would like use my meal ticket to get like a pizza, and we were so cool I can sometimes get like a second pizza, and they'll help me out through the weekend so I can at least get some calories in me. Well, it was a grind, but man, how much freaking prices have increased. It'll be hard for you to do that now. It will be insane to do that right now, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and play the next video here. Let's see what she's talking about. You living paycheck to paycheck at 120,000. Yeah, they probably consumerism right here. But let's see what she's talking about.
Paycheck to paycheck on a $120,000 salary. And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong and you're just really bad at spending your money. General disclaimer, this is for people that are just single people, no kids, no nothing, no outside expenses. But at the end, I'll explain that you still have enough money left over for those kinds of things if you need it. So $120,000 a year. Anyone knows there's 12 months in a year? You could do simple division, 120,000 divided by 12, that is $10,000 a month. But oh no, we pay taxes, whatever, 25% of that, 25% of 10,000 is 2,500. Take that off, you're clearing $7,500, $7,500 in your pocket. Awesome. But let's pay for the stuff that we need to live. All right, rent, highballing rent, $3,000. That's if you're living in LA, you're living in New York City. That's a highball. Most people probably pay $1,500 at most. But say $3,000, you're at $4,500, $4,500 in your pocket. All right. But we want to pay utilities because we like lights and we like, heat. So that's another like $200. Take that off. You have $4,300. Groceries, because who doesn't want to eat and survive or whatever. Another $200 a month for just you. You should not be spending more than $200 a month. If you have roommates or whatever, that's different, but you're splitting the cost. Anyway, $200 a month for you, $4,100. Now let's just say you have a new car, you're paying it off. You got that $500 monthly expense. Take another $500 off, still sitting at a cool $3,600, which let me remind you is more than some people make in a month. Anyway, but you also have a phone because who doesn't? It's 2023. We all sit on those things all day. That is another $100 a month about. So you're down at $3,500. But say you're someone who also has some student loans, who doesn't at this day and age, right? So that's another $500, but you're still sitting at $3,000 of cleared money in your pocket. But let's hypothetically say you're also someone like me who recently, well, I didn't turn 26 yet, but I will be, and I will need to buy my own healthcare. You get a Gucci premium package, $200, 3,000 minus 200, that's $2,800. $2,800 in your pocket. That is all you technically need to spend. Yes, you still have enough money to pay $40 a month for the gym. You still have enough money to pay, I don't know, whatever the heck you do. But all the expenses you need to pay leave you with $2,800. You could pay for a kid on that. You could buy a house. Start spending your money better. Thanks.
All right. She talked about a lot right there, a lot of good facts, a lot of good numbers. The only thing I got to say from this, the gist of this is, if you're making over $120,000 a year, you don't have kids, you don't have a spouse, you don't have anything, it's just you really, really, really don't have a reason why you live in paycheck to paycheck. There should be some type of way that you can at least have an extra $1,000, at least have an extra $2,000, extra $500 at the end of the month. There has to be some type of way. It has to be some type of way. It has to be some type of way. You're making $1 million plus. There has to be some type of way. It has to be. There has to be. It just has to be. I may be a guru here and there, but there has to be a way. Let's go ahead and play the last video here. Let's see what he's talking about.
living paycheck to paycheck, like with my mom and my stepdad, because obviously, so I grew up like living paycheck to paycheck, like with my mom and my stepdad, because obviously we grew up really poor. My mom worked cleaning houses, my stepdad worked driving limousines. Now I have like this big boy job. I went to an Ivy League school. Now I have like a dope job, whatever. And I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. How am I making six figures and living paycheck to paycheck? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. This is what it's like living in New York City. How am I supposed to save for my for retirement, for my future, to buy a house when everything is so fucking expensive and I want to live the life I deserve to live? Anyway, that's shopping. So
Okay, well, the ending pretty much explained it. We know why he's in the current situation. I want to live the life I deserve to live. I think a lot of people get into that mindset, that mode. I deserve this, I deserve that. But then they're complaining, but then you're also spending money on other stuff like this. So you say you're in debt, or you say you pay paycheck to paycheck. I guess bad is hard. Well, obviously, this is what you want. This is what you want. You still out here shopping. You deserve the best life that you live, that you deserve, that you deserve. Not everybody else, you. That's what you deserve. Let's go ahead and look at the comments on this. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to say. Well, cut down on your expenses. Yeah. Baby, look, we just living. Keep shopping. I'm with you. Yeah. You will see that too. People will do bad stuff when you have people in the comments congratulating them on that, being hype man on that. Because they want you down there too. What do you do for work? Seriously, rent is insane. Just save $100 a month. By 65. Yeah, look at that. Just save an extra $100 a month can take you far. 100K in New York City is like 50K in the average area. And you can still live 50K in the average area as well, and not have to buy a whole lot of extra stuff and purses and XYZ expensive stuff. It's very hard to save money just from the cost of living. LMAO felt this self-care lit. So a lot of people are, outside of people talking about, hey, you can just save money. Got people in the comments just laughing. It's called life choices. They're laughing, saying that's also me. And a lot of people are in that predicament. I can't even call it predicament. They're in that situation. They're currently in that situation right now. They claim they want to save. They claim they want to do this. They claim they want to do that. But obviously their choices are completely different. So that's why you don't listen to people, what they tell you. People to talk all the time. What are their actions? What are they actually doing? People can talk all this, all they want, all this all day. It's all about your actions. So guys, if you're watching this video, I already know you're probably in the top percent of people. At least you want to be. You're out here trying to find different ways to improve yourself. So you're doing better than a lot of people right now. So congratulations on that. Keep on that freaking grind. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. And I will be seeing you guys. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.